Bliss, Sip Sudeep, Sip Lokeshni, Sip Girish, Sip Rajendra, Sip Lakshmi, Sip Sagai, Sip Yan, Sip Krishna, Sip Sadanand, Sip Nagraj, Sip Eru, Sip Atma, Sip Will, Sip Ace, Sip Ashok Nichani, and the rest of you whom I can't see, very warm welcome to this evening's beginner session, which means we would like to have simple questions on life, enlightenment, death, God, so many questions that we don't have answers, right? So this is the session today. Let us see who would like to start. Let's get on to basic questions on this journey of God realization, self-realization, the purpose of life, how to find happiness, how to find peace, how to overcome problems, how to live without stress and anxiety. Come on, let's have simple questions. Nagaraj, yes, Nagaraj. Nagaraj.
How do we calm in difficult situations?
Have you gone, ever gone swimming in an ocean?
No, sir.
So if you go swimming in an ocean,
Okay.
they call it snorkeling. Suppose I'm swimming in the ocean. You've been outside in the beach, no? In the ocean.
Yes, sir.
How much noise is there? How much noise is there? Little noise or a lot of noise?
Lot of noise.
But when I go to the ocean and I wear these glasses and I put my face under the water,
Okay.
do you know there's pin drop silence? Not even pin. It's a pin drop silence.
No.
What does it teach us, Nagaraj? It teaches us that as long as we are living in the outside world, there's lots of stress and storm and there is trauma. But the moment we go into the inside world, we are calm and we are peaceful. The challenge is, how can we go to the inside world? If we are going to live in the outside world, definitely there will be pain of the body, misery of the mind, agony of the ego, because we are living in samsara. The challenge is to go inside. So can you repeat your question one more time? I want to hear the exact words.
Now, how do we calm in difficult situations?
So therefore, haven't you heard that people talk of meditation?
Yes.
Meditation means, now let me tell you, we are having a difficult situation. What is causing the difficult situation? Not so much the situation, but the mind. It is the way we look at the situation. For example, I don't know if you've heard the song. I'll sing one small 30-second song. You please tell me whether you understand this. It says, why worry? There is no need to worry. Why worry? There is no need to worry. No problem, then there is no need to worry. If there's no problem, then there is no need to worry. If there's a problem, then there is no need to worry. If there's a problem, there is no need to worry. Why? We can do something about our problem. Then there is no need to worry. You got it? If we can do nothing about our problem, then there is no need to worry.
Yes.
Did you agree or you don't agree what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now you'll say, and many people in the call will say, sir, theoretically you are telling it is very easy to tell theoretically, sir, but practically there's a big problem. Am I right? There's also the immediate thought in your head?
Yes, yes, sir.
How I can read even the practice. So what I'm trying to share with you, Nagaraj, we have trauma. We have trauma because we don't realize this world is a drama and everything is unfolding as per karma. If only we realized, suppose I'm asking you, Nagaraj, which movie you went recently? You went for movie any recently?
No, sir. 6 months back.
Which movie, sir? Which movie you went?
Kantara.
Huh?
Kantara.
Kantara.
Yes, sir.
Comedy or a tragedy? What movie is it? Or tragedy?
It is a serious movie.
Ah, so some people, when they go for serious movie, they look at the movie, they start crying. Oh, I have not seen Kantara. I have not seen. Who has seen Kantaram can give us some idea. But the point is, the person who knows, arey, movie hai yaar. What man, just a movie, yaar. What you're taking so seriously. So my final answer to you, take life like a movie. Because just like in the movie, in the end of the movie, what comes, Nagaraj, in the screen? The end. Correct. In the end of life, what will come in the screen? The
Yes, sir. The end.
nothing is worth worrying about. So I've given you 2-3 tips. Today's beginner session, I hope it is helpful to you because I have to be helpful. If it's not helpful, please let me know if you want any more further help or you think this is good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Nagraj. We are live. Sanjeev, right? Sanjeev, bolo.
भगवान साकार है कि निराकार?
In Hindi, in English, it is Bhagwan. God has form or God is formless. Correct? For those who are weak in Hindi, like I am. So is God is formless. God is formless, but when we grow up, we need to pray to a God with form. Just like a child is shown, apple, A for apple. We cannot tell the child, apple kya hai? नहीं, वो tree में grow होता है ना, tree में grow होता है. Nah, it doesn't work like that. We have to show. G for globe. You must show the child this globe. You must tell, this is a globe. If you want to show the child earth, we show this. The dunya aisa hai, dunya ghumti hai, aise. Child needs to understand. So Bhagwan becomes Akar for us to understand. Unfortunately, when we grow big, we forget Bhagwan is Nirakar. And we continue praying to Akar, 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 Akar till we die. We forget Prabhu Nirakar. Because God, let me explain to you. If God is born and God dies, if God is like a Vyakti, then who made that God? Then there must be some bigger God. Then if that bigger God has got some Akar, then who made that bigger God? Supreme God. Then if that Supreme God has got Akar, then who made that Supreme God? Even science, Sanjeev, dear Sanjeev, what does science say? How this world happened? You heard the theory? They call it as a Big Bang. How this whole world came? There was one big bang. Very good, great, very good. Who created that big bang? So there is a Shakti. The Shakti is greater than any Vyakti. Hindi aati hai na? Hindi is okay? I am weak in Hindi, but I try to speak little. Okay. Thank you. We are live, Sanjeev. Rajendra ji, beginners class. All of you who requested beginners class, please ask beginners questions. Ask simple questions. Simple. Very simple question.
Guruji, sir.
Shivam, sir.
That is simple question on Om Namah Shivaya mantra. As Om Namah Shivaya, I have been chanting this mantra for so many years right from now. So now I want to know whether I should continue or not. So on this basis, these lines I have written here. Om, now Na means earth, Ma means water, Shi means fire, Va means air, Ya means ether or space. Om is a fundamental sound that everybody knows. Sir. So isn't it the reflection of the SIP or the manifestation of all these elements which I have named among Om Namah Shivaya? Isn't it the same reflection of the SIP or manifestation of the SIP? Then,
no, I don't want you to believe in this Nama Shivaya. I don't want you to believe in that because that is, you have to be very clear. I'm giving you another method to believe. It is like this. Om is the omnipresent supreme power. Namah means namaskar. Nama means namaskar. Short form of namaskar is Nama. मैं आपको नमः करता हूँ. Namah means namaskar. Om, or O Almighty, I am doing Namah to you in the form of Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Then Om Ganapati Namaha. Nahi to the same Namaha should work for Ganapati also. Ganapati ko kaise same kaam karega? Kaam nahi karega. Use the logic. I always teach you logic. So Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Kaha wo Namah kahan se aayega? So that Namah we should not. The Namah is very simple. Oh Lord, Om. I bow down to you as Shiva. I bow down to you as Ganapati. I bow down to you as Vasudeva. And then you must say, the mantra you must use is Om Namah Shivaya, Shivoham, Shivoham. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivoham, Shivoham. Means Om Namah, O Lord Almighty. Namah, I bow down to you as Shiva. Please be Shivoham. Come in the heart as Shiva. Come inside me. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivoham, Shivoham. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivoham, Shivoham. Got it? You understood?
Yeah, this was my problem. And I was thinking that in the same terms that Om Namah Shivaya leads me to duality. It leads to the duality.
No. It is an evolving mantra. You must do Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya का मतलब क्या है? शिव को नमस्कार करना है, पर शिव कहाँ है? वो है अंदर. एहसास होना, सच का एहसास होना. शिवोहम, शिवोहम, शिवो. I'll send you some of these songs. Okay?
One word, sir. But at the same time, before few days, you taught us that mantra is the instrument of mind.
Correct. It is.
But so if this part of Om Namah Shivaya silences my mind.
Okay, it's a mantra. You can use it, but don't misunderstand it. Don't say Namah Shah. Then you cannot use. Then there's no mantra. Then you are thinking. Then your mind is active. No thinking like that.
Nama, I was doing this analysis just for the sake of discussion. Otherwise,
No.
I never think like that.
So now you just say Om Namah Shivaya, Shivoham, Shivoham. No problem. Be silent. Be inside consciousness. Will, Namaskar, Will. Unmute, Will. Yeah. Yes, Will.
Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
In the West, they use this term prayer also in Christianity, and in Islam, they also, I think, use the word prayer. And in Islam, they pray 5 times a day. Yeah. And in Hinduism, I understand you pray 3 times a day. Some of what you've said just now also I don't know whether you would include that in prayer, but I just don't know if you've ever practiced prayer or if you have any words on it, because clearly we are subservient in a way. If I could resort to Dvaita, me and God, but really in prayer, there's a kind of feeling that I pay reverence to God, and it's a kind of formal expression. I don't know if you've ever have any explanation of prayer or whether you recommend it or have any.
No, prayer is very important, Will, and prayer is very good. Let me explain to you. Okay, so prayer, my understanding of prayer or explaining of prayer is communication with God. When you want to talk to God, so then this is called prayer. You talk to God and you listen to God, both. Now, even if you don't want, I don't see Will. Is Will there? Even if you don't believe in God, I hope Will is there. Okay. Even if you don't believe in God, Will, suppose somebody is an atheist. I'll just give you a small example. This will explain the point. The Time magazine spoke of the mission to the moon or outer space, and all the astronauts, they went into outer space and they lost control. And they declared that they will all be dead. Now, somebody in the group of the astronauts who were scientists, who were atheists, they said, let us pray. And they all started to pray and pray and pray and pray. And by whatever reason, the spacecrafts came back into Earth. And the Time magazine showed the picture of all the astronauts bowing down in prayer. Maybe 20, 30, 40 years ago, I'm talking about, we can get that picture for you for reference. People pray either because they have a problem. People pray because they want a favor from God. They believe God is a superpower. God is a human being. Like today, suppose the Muslims pray to Allah 5 times. They have different reasons that they want to go to Jannat, or they want Allah to forgive them, or the Christians pray, or the Hindus pray. Hindus, they pray to different gods for different things. There's Lakshmi for wealth. There's Ganapati for wisdom. There's Hanuman for strength. There are different gods that will give different things. But in reality, what is prayer? Prayer is being able to hear the voice. You can hear the voice if you cut the noise. If there's a lot of noise outside, you can't hear the voice because the voice inside is a very shrill, soft, quiet voice. In fact, it's not even a voice, it's a vibration. Now, prayer should continue. Even if you realize you are one with God, suppose you have got that realization of Advaita and you are a manifestation of God, still you are the wave and you have to become one with the ocean. You are the effect, and the divine grace must be upon you to become united back, because you are still in the body form. And therefore, we always say we need the grace of God. Should show gratitude. But with the realization, our gratitude and grace should not be out of ignorance. We should have prayer in the ultimate form of prayer. Oh Lord, I am nothing but you. I am nothing. I am you. Make me thine. Liberate me from this body and make me thine. Yes, Will. You would like to add something? Will.
So would you recommend people do a regular schedule of prayer? Like, as I say, the Hindu tradition, as I understand, you do 3 times a day. Muslims do 5 times. Is that something you recommend as a schedule?
I pray 500 times a day.
Using
I pray. I'm always in prayer. For example, if I see you, I pray because I see God in you.
Yes.
Every day, have you seen me coming on this call, Will? What do I tell you when I see you? I say, sit, Will. Do I say that?
Well, you say I bow down to you, which is very embarrassing.
But Will, that is prayer.
Yes.
And Will, I am not bowing down to you out of a formality or out of an obligation or out of some show. I honestly see God in you.
Yes.
And when I see God in you, not only in you, when I see God in a beautiful, see the green leaves behind me where you see, when I look at the tree, I bow down. I'm always in this bow down mode because we are all part of the divine.
So, like, if you take some of the great teachers like Nisargadatta, and especially Nisargadatta that I remember, but he always had pictures of his guru on the wall, and every morning he went round and he paid respect to all the pictures. Yes. And even though he could see, even though he was Advaita, still at least in the morning he was Dvaita. He had me and my guru, and he paid respect to the guru as a kind of ceremony every day.
I asked my guru, you tell me, Advaita, why do you pray to your guru? Same thing, like Nisargadatta. Dada used to pray to his guru. You know what he told me? He told me, I don't pray to my guru. I pray through my guru. You pray through. I pray through Will. I'm not, when I'm bowing down to you, I'm bowing down to sip in you.
Yeah, well, you're an advanced person, but many people actually pay. They have to. You begin with Dvaita, so you pray.
Yeah, you begin your prayer with Dvaita, then you go to Advaita, but you don't stop your prayer. From prayer, it becomes yoga. When you become Advaita, then the prayer transforms from praying from me to you, connecting like a SIM card connects to the satellite. You're always connected with the Supreme.
Yeah.
All right?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Will.
Do you have a formal, like in many religious communities, they have a formal set of prayer?
No.
I don't like.
Will, when you love somebody, I'm sure you love somebody. Do you have a formal way of loving? No, you love. I love God. I love God. I can play with God. I can laugh with God. I can hug God. I can love God.
Yeah.
This is the beauty. Then you reach Satchit Anand. You reach Nirvana. You reach that state of eternal bliss. You see God everywhere. I feel the presence of divine all the time. It's so beautiful. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
That's the goal. That's what we are talking in this call every day. To go through self-realization, to reach God. It's not difficult, my dear friends. You know, I don't know who's got the next question. It's so simple. If I get to realize my birth, that I was born 9 months before, and my death, and I realize I am that spark. I am that spark. You are that spark. We are all sparks. We are all part of the supreme energy. It's God realization. ISIS. But it's so difficult because the mind does not agree. The mind does not allow. What? The truth is so easy. But we are unable to get there. Thank you, Will. Interesting. So we've got some very good questions today. Beginners, Nagraj, Will, Rajendra. Who's going next? Simple questions. Beginners session. Sukeshini. Yes, Sukeshini.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, Sukeshini.
Just now when you mentioned like when we from childhood when we learn different forms. So is it that those different qualities, all those qualities are already there in us and we have to search? Because that is where the all kind of emotions are troubling us.
No, I think very unfortunately, what you're saying is we are taught to pray to Lakshmi for goddess wealth, like that you're saying?
Like
See,
Ganesha for removing
suppose,
all kind of.
So suppose we say the children are told to pray to Vidya Ganapati. Vidya Ganapati means God will, every time children want to go for examination, you will see they will queue up outside Ganesha temples. And then they will go to examination. Or if anybody has a problem, in many hospitals, Manipal Hospital, Narayana Hospital, they have got Ganapati statue and they call Vigna Haran.
Correct.
Now these are all not true. But because we have been programmed, suppose you have been programmed, one of my best friends, 48-year-old, I told him, come on, let us have the best mushroom in the world. We were in Switzerland together. And he said, no, mushroom is poisonous. How can you eat mushroom? I told, who told you? From 4 years old, my mother told me mushroom poisonous, mushroom poison. From 44 years, I've not touched a mushroom. Now, suppose you have been programmed, mushroom is poison. Then will you ever eat a mushroom? So we are programmed. And we are made to believe. We are made to believe you will go to hell or you will go to heaven. We are made to believe God is an old man with long white beard up in the clouds. Have we not taught all these things? Have we not taught? That image will never go. It's so difficult for that image to go. So the truth is that we have to reprogram. We have been, the reason we are slaves, see any belief system, I always tell you all till we get the next question. In my class, my teacher kept on teaching all the students, practice makes a man perfect. Practice makes a man perfect. Practice makes a man perfect. Then I realized the lie. Practice will never make perfect. Nobody is perfect. Practice will never make perfect. But we were in school, I learned to be a fool. No, we have to break the wrong beliefs. And in religion, the big problem, they say, oh, if you question your religion, it's called blasphemy. Blasphemy means God will punish you if you question your religion. Then you're scared to question your religion. Therefore, we are caught. We are trapped. And we never realize God. We die and we believe we will go to heaven, but the body will burn burn on earth. The body will burn on earth. Then who will go to heaven occasionally? Will you go up in the sky? Will you go? You believe you'll go in the sky?
No.
Okay. So we
So
have to break.
when we realize that we are saved, so we have all the qualities, and we can.
Absolutely, you are God. You are sick. Sukheshini is just one name. This body is just one vehicle. Just like you have a gadi. You have a gadi, you also have a body. Just like you use gadi to go, you use body to live. Huh? Body is, remember the right, body is a gadi. It is a vehicle. But we must get the realization of God. The purpose of life. The purpose of life is to discover the purpose of life. Good. Next simple question. Beginner's class. Thank you, Sukeshini. Who's asking the next question? Beginners. You all are waiting for giving chance for others? Krishna. Some of you are waiting to give chance for others. Krishna. Unmute, Krishna.
Yes, sir, Shiva.
Shiva, Krishna.
So my question is, it's almost connected because if I tell in my family I want to go to anywhere, whether it is Badrinath or Vaishno Devi, they are happy. But why? How can I remain focused, or how can I remain motivated in times of discouragement? Spirituality, somehow they are very skeptical about moving in the spiritual field. Or even if I take Bhagavad Gita, they are very annoying. But if I go to any temple, they will be very happy. So how can I remain focused in times of discouragement?
There's a beautiful prayer in spirituality. It says, Lord, forgive them. They know not what they say. Lord, forgive them. They know. See, Krishna is like this. You must be intelligent to understand that 99% of the people you will meet are ignorant about spirituality. Out of 99%, 80% are religious. They will encourage you going to temple or going to church or mosque or gurudwara or monastery. 19% are atheist or agnostic. So every time you meet 100 people, one will match your spirituality. Maybe Ranjana, maybe Vanita, maybe Raji. You all are, how come you're a group? So many of you, 4, 5, and many of your friends came, they left this group. They cannot, because they don't believe this is right.
My friends group, I have a good spiritual circle, but every time in the family with my husband, he supports. It's not that he doesn't, but every time it's a struggle for me. So I feel a bit guilty. Am I ignoring them? Am I not, how to play out? I'm asking again, sir, when you said a beginner question, how to, remain, how to play my role, which again, God has given this role, at the same time be focused. For example, if I surrender to God, can I be available for worldly needs also?
See, you can be one man came and told me, my wife doesn't allow me to be spiritual. So I told, okay, so what's the solution? He says, you don't mind, okay, I will not attend your Zoom calls because my wife is not matching. I said, I have no problem. You don't attend the Zoom call. But what is going to happen to you? If you are going to follow your wife's path, if your wife is not believing this and you follow your wife's path, then you will never evolve. This is taking you. So Krishna, in other words, if suppose somebody is discouraging you, there are 2, 3 things. One, you say, okay, I'm not attending Zoom call, go to hell. I don't want to have argument in the house every day. I'm not going to attend Zoom call. But you're not like that. You, even despite whether there's a misunderstanding or argument or disagreement, you still want to attend this call because you benefit from this call, because you evolve in this call. So one of the method, you already beaten one, you have already passed one barrier. You could have missed this call. You could have ignored this call, but you have won, you have succeeded in this barrier.
Sir, not only this call, I'll tell you what my problem is. Because in Delhi, because he was working, he was never available at home, I was free. Now he is like always available at home, so being very possessive. It's not that it doesn't love, but I am now, I don't like that. So am I wrong in that moving away? And that is always like, I think my spirituality is coming down. Like I have to.
No. Spirituality should not come down because spirituality is the ultimate goal. But you should not affect your relationship. You should try to maintain your relationship. Now, I know it's a tussle. It is like saying how much hot water, how much cold water. So if you see in hotels nowadays, they have a hot water tap and they have a cold water tap. So it's not that you have to use only hot water or only cold water. You have little hot water, little cold water. You have right temperature, have a good shower. So but remember one thing. I understand that relationships are important, but it is your strength. For me personally, my spirituality is more important than a relationship. But for most people, the relationship is more important than spirituality. If you are strong, you will maintain both. You will maintain the relationship with your love and you will grow in your spirituality. Because both are, imagine you lose your relationship. You don't want to do that. You want to maintain the relationship. But imagine you lose your spirituality. You're losing something greater than a relationship. Now, does it mean in these particular cases, you have to learn? I normally never say you have to balance. No, I say there's no balance. But in this case, when we have to nurture, I'm using the word nurture a relationship. We should nurture a relationship without compromising on our spirituality. Now you'll say it's not easy. No, nothing is easy in this world. It's like a child studying examination. Is it easy for a child to study exam? No, it's not easy. But if he wants to get good marks, he has to study. So I'm telling you, first of all, and don't become impatient. I can already see in you a sense of impatience, a sense of fed up. What is this? No. I was recently telling somebody, God sometimes will bring in front of us a shaitan. The shaitan comes in front of us for us to realize the Bhagwan. So sometimes an impediment, a relationship may be an impediment. It's a test for you to cross over. But you cannot lose the hand of God. You cannot lose the hand of SIP. Let me tell you one thing. Huh? You understand Hindi, no? So those of you who are listening to Krishna's question, this song is very beautiful. And it says in the song, Samsar se gar mil gaya sab, mila to kya mila. Samsar mein jo bhi jeeta, ant mein dukhi hota. Samsar se मुक्त होना, प्रभु से एक होना, यही मकसद है जीने का, संसार की माया से मुक्त होना. So the whole goal of life is to be free from this illusion of relationships. Relationships will never last forever. But our bond with SIP will last forever. We don't want to lose SIP. Never lose SIP. This is my humble submission to you. But I also told, try to see SIP in your relationships also and try to nurture them. Try not to break your relationships until they are reaching a state where they are troubling you, they are hurting you, they are stopping you from doing your spirituality. Then comes a bigger, different question. Right now, it's not so bad. You don't get upset. You see SIP in all. You say, Namaskar, SIP. You try, then they don't call me SIP. I don't like you calling me SIP. What do you mean? You have to learn to deal with it. Okay? Thank you. Who's going next? Beginner session. 5 more minutes to close. Beginner session. 5 minutes to close. योगिता नायक. Yes, योगिता. Beginner आप अभी हैं लेकिन अशोक निचानी. बोलिए.
गुरुजी मेरे को ये पूछना है, जैसे मेरी मम्मी की अभी तबीयत काफी खराब है.
हाँ.
अब प्रेयर जैसे मैं अपनी बुद्धिज्म प्रैक्टिस में तो हम चांटिंग करते हैं, तो प्रेयर में क्या, प्रेयर में प्रभु से जैसे प्रेयर करेंगे तो प्रभु हमारे माता जी की तबीयत ठीक करेंगे कैसे, मतलब मेरे को
बिल्कुल
कैसे? हाँ?
बिल्कुल प्रेयर प्रेयर करेंगे तो प्रभु प्रभु आ जाएंगे, प्रभु आके दवाई खिलाएंगे, प्रभु डॉक्टर बन के आ जाएंगे, प्रभु बीपी बढ़ा इंप्रूव करेंगे, प्रभु शुगर इंप्रूव करेंगे, सब कुछ हो जाएगा।
आप हंस रहे हो, मतलब सीरियस बताओ, मेरा मन वैसे
नहीं, आई एम आस्किंग यू, क्या ऐसे हो सकता है कि सिर्फ प्रेयर करने से अपने आप मैजिक हो जाएगा?
फिर जनता, जैसे किसी की तबीयत खराब होती है, हम क्या कर सकते हैं उस बंदे के लिए? उसको कष्ट हो रहा है, मेरी माँ को बहुत कष्ट हो रहा है,
हमें कुछ करने को नहीं, वी डोंट नो व्हाट टू डू, सो वी प्रे। There is no harm in praying. Let me wait, step by step. Praying is trying to call on the supreme power to help my mother in the suffering. No harm. But if you look at it in a spiritual angle, if your mother has some karma and she has to go through that karma, she will go through that karma. You can do nothing about it. That does not mean that you should not take a doctor. It does not mean that you should not give the medicine. I say kill the pain before the pain kills you. Take the required painkillers. How old is your mother?
She is 68.
70 is the average Tata time. So you should be programmed कि अभी उनका bonus time शुरू होगा. Average life for a person in the world is 70. Some people go to 80, some people go to 90. Some people 90 also, they want their grandfather, grandmother, मरो मत, तुम सफर करो, मरो मत. तो क्या होगा? योगिता, makes any sense to you? 90 के बाद भी हम उसको पकड़ के बैठ रहे हैं कि मरो मत.
But my desire is that my mother should, मतलब उन्होंने कष्ट बहुत भोगे जीवन में. मैं चाहती हूँ जब वो जीवन अपने ये शरीर छोड़े, उससे पहले वो थोड़ा हैप्पी होके जाए. जो अभी तक
तो
वो
क्या कर
बेचारी
सकते हैं आप
हुई नहीं.
उनको for to make her happy, what can you do?
मैं तो आपसे पूछ रही हूँ, मैं तो कष्ट हो रहा है ना, मैं तो परेशान हूँ ना, मुझे समझ ही नहीं आ रहा मैं करूँ क्या.
So step 1, try to find out how to reduce the pain and suffering. Step 2, try to make, if she's happy to go to Haridwar, if she's wish hai to go to hill station, if she wish hai to something, try to make her happy. Do what you can to make her happy. Do what you can to reduce the pain. Two guidances I'm giving you, and do it today. Don't say ये मैं 1 साल के बाद करूंगी, 6 महीने की बात करूंगी. नहीं. If she cannot walk, you put in wheelchair and take her and go. Make her happy. और बाकी प्रभु के आज प्रभु बोलो, प्रभु तुम ही सब कुछ जानत प्रीतम, तेरी इच्छा पूरत हो, दुख में सुख में मेरे प्रीतम, तेरी इच्छा पूरत हो. Finally, I'm asking, finally will your,
इसका मतलब नहीं समझ आया जो आपने मुझे अभी बोला.
इसका मतलब है ओ भगवान, तुम सब कुछ जानते हो, किसको कब जाना है, कौन क्यों भोग रहा है. ओ लॉर्ड, यू नो एवरीथिंग. तुम ही सब कुछ जानत प्रीतम, तेरी इच्छा पूरत हो, दुख में सुख में मेरे प्रीतम, तेरी इच्छा पूरत हो. Means, oh Lord, I surrender my mother's life to you. I pray to you. My mother is in your hands. Take care of my mother. Give me the right wisdom to do the right things. May the right doctor give the right medicine. Guide me to take care of my mother. Prayer is helpful. I told Will. Prayer is very helpful, but don't just sit and pray. Do something. Make her happy. Make her happy. Find out the medicine. Don't worry. कोई बोलेगा दवाई लेने से effects, उसका side effects होगा. गोली मारो side effect को साले को. अभी उसका पेन कम करो. Got it? अभी पेन कम करो, सुखी करो उसको. Thank you. अशोक निचाई.
Shivam Sarji.
Shivam Ashok.
Sarji, as we have realized that SIP is in everyone. So suppose my father who passed away 40 years back, and he must have taken another birth. So he can come in as another person in front of me, but I'll not be able to recognize him.
Correct.
And by chance, suppose I go into a quarrel with him.
Correct.
It's not right. No, as we say, we should forgive everyone. But realizing from your lessons we should forgive everyone.
Ashok, first of all, your mind is making you, is creating a grind in your head. Your mind is creating grind. Suno meri baat.
Yes, sir.
If your father passed away 40 years ago, he is now born as somebody else's son.
Correct.
He's not your father anymore.
Anymore.
Don't say if that boy, suppose, don't mind me saying, suppose your father, your father, he passed away. Now he comes to you, he's your driver's son.
Correct.
So are you going to think my father is my driver's son? Are you going to think like this? No.
No, sir, I will not think.
No. So your father has his own karma. The moment your father finishes his life, the role, R-O-L-E, the role as your father is over.
Okay.
He no more comes back as your father. He's not your father. So please be clear about this. Your father, that's why I say we must take care of our mother, father in this life, not after they are dead. We cannot do anything after they are dead. We have put this clearly in our head.
Correct.
And Ashok, finally, every human being is SIP.
SIP. Okay.
Your father or my father, your father, my father, everybody is SIP.
SIP.
The body is nothing. The body is just a gadi. The body is a vehicle. Because of avidya, because of the mind and ego, the body appears. Therefore, when you see everybody, if you see everybody is SIP, then what mistake can you make?
We should realize that everyone is SIP.
Everybody is SIP, Ashok.
Intellect. Yeah.
Every man is SIP. Every woman is SIP. Every chore is SIP. Every shaitan is SIP. Every kutta is SIP. Every billy is SIP. Every bird is SIP. Every worm is SIP. Every mosquito. When a mosquito comes and bites you, Ashok.
Yes, Sanji.
Like this. Either you can do like this or you can do like this to SIP.
Fly away.
So this is called realization. This is, my dear friends, see, that's why this Wednesday class, even though the questions are limited, I said, I'm happy. I'm happy to answer less questions, less people, but we answer very basic things. Basic thing means very simple, ordinary things to understand. Every human being is God. इंसान में ही भगवान है, भगवान नहीं आसमान में है, कण कण में प्रभु की शक्ति ही है, हर जीव में भगवान है. इंसान में ही भगवान है. Don't say my father, your father. Oh, somebody came and told me, that astrologer told me that sweeper's daughter is my mother. Now what I can do, the sweeper's daughter is my mother, what I can do? The astrologer told, Ashok. Now what to do, Ashok?
Astrologer, we never believe, Sarji.
So astrologer will tell you your name is Ashok. He will tell you what you did 50 years back. He will tell you how many children you have, what your children are eating, what your children are doing. He will tell you what is going to happen. Finished. You're doomed. If you believe in that, means you're khatam. You're finished. That's why all this pancha, what they call this, your horoscopes, this, that. The moment one boy cannot get married to one girl because their birth time is different. They don't have graha acha nahi hai. The birth signs are not matching. You get into all this means forget about God realization, forget about enlightenment, because you will always be in a mess. So my dear friends, I think tomorrow call is on, right? So tomorrow call is on. I told you Friday we have a question mark. I'm going to Zimbabwe to give a talk in YPO. But tomorrow, for all practical reasons, we will have a tough subject. Today was a simple beginner subject. But tomorrow, I look forward to seeing you at 8. With folded hands, I bow down to you.